The Woman in Me is a divine assignment given to Iwuagwu.
In 2008, God specifically told me about the woman in me. He told me, gather people, women, especially stranded women, widows, single mothers, those women that had come to the point of their life of, I don't know what to do again. Wanderers, that I should bring them together in a conventional way and then speak to them, help them to discover His candle in them.
The first Saturday and third Sunday of the month are their meeting days.
We have special days that will bring guest speakers. It depends on the topic we are preaching. Okay, if I want to bring a medical doctor who wants to talk about psychological effects of things, I don't think I should be in the better position to do that. What I do, I bring specialists to talk about special areas. We have invited doctors, we have invited ministers, we have invited people from different fields and walks of life to come and talk to the women.
In the last 1 year, Iwuagwu has taken care of 150 women in Lagos.
When we started, most people came believing that this is a platform where they can get food, they get help and all that. But I try to let them to understand that it is the woman in you that can put food on your table. See, and when a person discovers purpose, the purpose will put food on your table. And so this platform is a way of making them to realize, to bring out that farmer, to bring out that cultivator, to bring out that person that can place that food on their table. So when they come with needs, of course you have to feed them. Of course you have to give them things. You have to support them. You have to encourage them. Because when someone that is hungry comes to you, there's a limit to what you can tell the person. So at that time, when the person is very hungry, you give the person food.
She also takes care of orphans.
We have sponsors who are sponsoring us, who are supporting us to make sure that this vision will get to where God wants it to get to.
I looked into my life. I discovered that there are so many things God has deposited. That's what I said, and I know I have so many, will I say goodies or so many virtue that God has placed in me. And I know I equally apply it to every other woman. So when that vision came up, I was like, this is an opportunity, it's a platform for you to come out and be able to express yourself, to be able to go for evangelism, to be able to gather women, to empower women in so many ways, like the way she brought it out, and I just keyed into it, and I knew that this is it, this is what I want, this is what I've been waiting for.
This sewing machine was bought for one of the members of the ministry. Iwuagwu has been an inspiration to many women.
She birthed my ministry, more or less, without her knowledge. I came in contact with her the same day, and I decided to stop the procrastination. And she followed me to my house and told me not to procrastinate again. Because for me, I said I was going to, like this once we're going to get to secondary school, I'll have all the time for myself to face, because anything worth doing for me is worth doing well. So I love to put passion in whatever I'm doing, and I felt children was going to be like distraction. But when I met Anne, I realized that I could juggle all of them together, and something I was going to start in the next 5 years started the day I met Anne, which is one of the testimonies of TRIM. So I'm a product of TRIM. Revival House of Glory actually was better the day I met Anne Iwuagwu.
The Woman in Me is 1 year old, and there's a lot to thank God for. At this 1 year anniversary, a new project was unveiled. It's known as Save the African Womb.
God is now asking us that we should go down to prevent, so that by the time these young ladies get to the point of becoming real women, they wouldn't have any need to turn back. They wouldn't want somebody to tell them, look, you are this. They will have been able to discover who they are, and it will be easy for God to work with them. And also, why we are making emphasis on the womb is because the Spirit of the Lord searches for those wombs that are kept pure. When God wants to cause a revelation in the world, when you check the history of the world, when God wants to bring revelation, if He wants to bring change, He always search for that certain womb. God does not use any and anyhow womb to bring to pass that great mandate. For instance, Jesus Christ, God didn't just choose any womb. They had so many wombs available, but He chose that one that was kept pure, that was clean, because He wants His divine mandate to pass through a divine womb. So we want the children, the upcoming young girls, to be conscious of who they are, that they are not just women, but they are co-creators with God.
The message of Save the African Womb is preached to all. Indeed, it has hit home.
My name is Vanessa. I'm 5 years old. I'm happy to be a girl. I love my womb.
People from all walks of life come to inspire the young girls.
Everybody has a purpose. Everybody was born with a purpose, and there's a time for everything. And we need to, the young ladies need to understand that in living life, they need to live a life knowing that there's a time for everything. So there's a time to party, there's a time to study, there's a time to, to learn. There's basically a time for everything.
The Woman in Me and Save the African Womb have made great impacts in the lives of many. And Iwuagwu says there are more exploits to do for God.
I know that the future is taking us global, taking us beyond Africa, taking us to everywhere. In fact, one of the things I keep telling people, that swim is visible and is going to be visible in every home.